Hey everyone. I hope you guys are all doing well, and I'm just here for the usual Monday video to give words of encouragement and talk about a few things and yada yada yada. I'm doing this a little bit later than usual today. Couldn't fall asleep till 3 in the morning. It was one of those nights, so ended up sleeping until 8 or 8:30, and by the time I did that, got my workout in, just showered and got ready now, and it's already 12:30 and half the day's done. So that really started. I like to start Mondays off on. I like to start Mondays off perfect because, like I say, having Monday kind of sets the pace for the rest of the week, and and I believe it's important to get your exercise in and workout and all that. But so I ended up sleeping in a bit, and that is going to throw off my day because usually, lately I've been getting up back. I'm back to 6 o'clock in the morning, and by the time it's already 9 o'clock, I've done a lot of work already. I've checked in all my online training. I've done my emails and I've done a lot of stuff, and then usually, what I found for me anyways is that by I'm really productive first thing in the morning, so I have to take advantage of that. So my new thing is, try to work hard from say, 6 or 7 a.m. till about 12 or 1 or 2, because I find that once the afternoon starts to hit, I don't know, I'm not as productive and I'm not as motivated to do things. But I find the morning I get up, I have my coffee and such, and I'm pretty good. I'm pretty focused, right? So and it's important that when some people are the opposite. Some people don't like the mornings, and some people are more productive in the afternoons and stuff like that. So it's important that you recognize what your strengths are as well, and when you're more productive, and when you're more focused and sharp, and to take advantage of that. Okay, so I know that a lot of people talk about this, because you can't be on the ball and you can't be perfect 24/7, right? Some people, I've had clients who would get up at 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 4 a.m. They do a bunch of work, and then in the afternoon that they're kind of slow down a bit. And then I got some people that like to sleep in. Some people sleep until 9, 10 o'clock, but then they're up till 1 or 2. Okay, so it's important that you find your sweet spot, and when you like, you should know by now when you fire optimally and when your mind is sharp and when you're on things, and you section that off and you take advantage of that. And a lot of people say that if a person can actually like work 2 or 3 hours a day, but of solid work, not checking your Facebook and checking your emails and someone's texting you and blah blah blah, because that throws you off, right? But if you can literally shut your phone off, don't check anything, and get some solid work in, I think you'll do more than like 90, 95% or 90% of everyone else, right? So, and I'm sure you get those updates too of how long you're on Facebook or whatever. They give you those updates how long you spent on social media each week and that, and it's absolutely crazy. I know for me, I'm on there lots for a lot of my courses and learning and stuff like that with groups. So I do learn a lot in those groups and that, but it is a major time suck. I definitely do spend way too much time on that, and I think I'm gonna try to cut back on that. Other than that, it was a productive week for me. The website, hopefully my new website, which I've been working on forever now, will be up this week. So I'm extremely pumped for that. And of course, there will be adjustments, ongoing. There always is, but the main stuff, at least it'll be up. So that's really exciting for me. And then, of course, we hear that, I guess, in the States for sure, and I think it was Saskatchewan or Vancouver or something, the places are already putting a plan to start slowly opening things back up. So that's exciting here too. I don't know what's going to happen, with the Fort Rouge and the city of Winnipeg and all that kind of stuff. But at least there's talk about it, and hopefully all of us are back in the gym, soon. Still keeping in contact with a lot of my clients, a lot of the people training online and stuff like that, and it's a mixed bag for people. Some people are still killing it and they're okay, and the majority of everyone's kind of fed up and wants to get back. I know I'm in that boat too already. Like I said, it's nice to get caught up and do all that stuff, but you know, and you see it too in the States and everywhere else. I think that people are just gonna, especially as the weather starts getting nicer here, it's gonna start. People are really gonna start having a problem with this whole staying in and quarantining and stuff like that. Especially when I don't know, as far as I know, there really isn't no end in sight. When what till a vaccine comes, there might not be a vaccine for 10 years. They don't they think they can, but they don't know. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. But I think it's going to be a different world for everyone. And just kind of be like one of those things. I guess try to be as safe as you can. And clean and wash your hands and try to do all that stuff. But like I don't know what are you gonna do? Live in a bubble, right? I know I'm not. Like obviously I'll try to make when things get lifted and that I'll take precautions and all the precautions I can, but there's only so much you can try to be careful and watch and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, hopefully by what is it already, almost May, so hopefully by June or July the latest, hopefully things are back into the swing of things. Other than that, the usual Monday, it's Monday. So if you haven't been dieting or if you haven't been working out, now is a good time to get back on that track. Because before you know it, things will be open again, and you will have wished that you stayed focused. And I'm sure that now that it is nice outside, that will be extra motivating for people. I know it's always like that. Once those first warm few weeks hit, which this week would be one of them. I always get a ton of calls with new clients and that. So it's always like, once the warm weather hits, now people are like, oh my God, I got to, I want to lose a bunch of weight for the summer. So now is the time. So it should be, that'll help you a little bit with motivation to try to, eat cleaner and get some workout in and get some exercise. Also, with the weather being nicer out there, as always, I do recommend going for your walks. Outside, even outside, you can do some of your workouts, right? A lot of body weight stuff, whatever you're doing. That fresh air is good. And yeah, and as always, it's important that you continue to work out, continue to be active most days of the week, right? 5 or 6, 7 days of the week, even. It doesn't have to be vigorous. You don't got to be like, going 100% balls to the wall, even going for a brisk walk for 45 minutes or even half an hour. Anything like that is fine, and it's going to do you a world of good. Also with the dieting, try to eat clean. For the most part, most people aren't going to the grocery store as much. So that could be good, right? As long as you go there and grab the good foods, your diet foods, then, you have less stuff around the house that you're, inclined to want to blow your diet on. Other than that, that's about it. Like I said, I hope you guys are all doing good, and there does look like there's some end in sight with all of this, to some, back to normalcy. So hopefully, everyone survives, and everyone still has their jobs and businesses, and when things get back to relatively normal, that would be sweet, right? And yeah, keep up with everything. The studies are showing now it is very good for if you hopefully don't get this COVID-19, but for one of the big risk factors for not doing well with COVID is your overall health. Overweight people, it's no good. Like, it's very dangerous if you're overweight, if you have other pre-existing medical conditions. So what they're finding is that for people who get COVID, but they're relatively healthy, then so far it does look like your chances are pretty good. But once you start piling on all these pre-existing conditions like overweight, diabetes, high blood pressure, all those things that we're trying to combat with exercise and diet, those are the people that don't do well with it, right? and end up in the hospital and ICU and all that. So it is important because it does look like, we're going to be dealing with this for a long time, right? It's not going to be, a couple, 2 or 3 months and gone. This is going to be, something that's probably we're going to deal with for years. So the best way to, the best way that you can come out of this with the best possible outcome is to start taking care of yourself, or if you are, then good for you. But now, more so than ever now, you have to get down to a healthy body weight. You have to start eating good. You have to start, eating your fruits and vegetables and, all that stuff, and keep your blood sugars low, and, so that, you don't get diabetes, you don't get high blood pressure, so that you're not overweight. Right? So now, it was important before, of course, because of, everything else and how unhealthy it was. But now we just added this other element, this COVID-19, that now it's, literally now, your health and your immunity and all those factors could be, life or death for you if you get this COVID-19, right? So, now I feel is more important time now than ever that you are taking care of yourself and dieting and exercise. So, with that being said, that's it for today. And hope you guys do well. And it's Monday, so start the week off right. Eat good, get your exercise in, and I'll see you guys in the next video.